The one question on every fan's mind was who would be the fifth member of Team Bianca Belair for the War Games match for the women this Saturday. And at the end of the show, did we get the answer? Oh, fuck no. I'm John Rant with my review of WWE Raw from Albany, New York. And man, a lot of apathy in Albany. Goodness, godness me. Can't believe this crowd bothered to even stay for the show. You could argue they fell asleep pretty much within the first 10 minutes of the show. There were moments where they spiked up, but New York usually has some pretty, like positive crowds as far as like, oh, I don't know, big reactions. Even if they're cheering the heels, booing the faces, generally New York crowds are a little bit better than this. I mean, granted, the show wasn't all that good for a go-home Raw for Survivor Series, next premium live event taking place this Saturday. And yeah, all the hype about who would be the fifth member of Team Bianca Belair for the Women's War Games. We gotta wait till Friday. The premium live event is this Saturday. I understand why they have a hook, not a hook like an AEW, but have a hook for, to get us to tune in to SmackDown, because God knows WWE programming needs a lot of help getting people to tune in and stay locked in. Goodness me, you could have announced it. I mean, that might have popped the crowd. Hell, couldn't have made him any more apathetic unless it was Candice LeRae, but nevertheless, let me know your thoughts on this show in the comments, please. The Raw theme is ass. Oh my God, it is ass. Rap is crap. Oh, I hate rap. New rap, not necessarily old rap. In fact, there's a lot of really good rap from the 80s, the 90s, and even the early 2000s. So, one thing in regards to USA Network television. Chrisley knows best. Todd Chrisley and his stupid goddamn twat wife, they're both going to jail. Yay, that's what you get for doing tax evasion and all that other bullshit and everything. Todd, hope you don't drop the soap in the goddamn shower. And boy, I really hope that you two have the most miserable time in jail, because you both fucking deserve it. You goddamn phonies, you big fat phonies. So anyway, yeah, Chrisley knows best. That's it. Please stop. Don't do anymore. Don't have the children on. Don't have any of them on. Hope the entire family, goes up like the Challenger. Nevertheless, Kevin Owens gets a big old pop. He comes out, cuts a fiery promo. Look, Kevin Owens, one of the best talkers in wrestling. When he has, even if he has something to say, and it's so goddamn out there, and so scripted and so ridiculous, whatever bonkers storyline, 95% of the time, he is going to knock it out of the goddamn park. Even the other 5% of the time, he'll try to put it in his own words and make the most sense of it. Hell, he got something halfway good out of Shane McMahon, which was a number of years ago, and God, I hope we never see Shane McMahon on WWE television again. Says he still considers Sammy a friend despite all the bullshit that has gone on. But he is going to be coming for Roman. Lol. And he is going to take out the bloodline is going to be no more, because he's going to make sure after he came all over the bloodline, that's it. I'm sorry, Veer is the one that came all over everybody. Now he decided to come all over everybody in NXT. And you thought that the white and gold thing was just a color change. Nope, it was when Veer came. Enough about that. Kevin Owens kept kind of pretty good promo. And then here come the brawling British Isle brutes along with Scotland, because Drew McIntyre is here. There's a banger cooking in the stove. That's why you wear a condom, Sheamus. Nevertheless, Drew is here and he's ready to fist ass and chew bubblegum, and he's all out of ass. I think that's how that goes. A lot of weird shit going on in this show. Maybe that's just how I interpreted it, because at this point I had been up for about 18 goddamn hours. So, they just do their promo. It was at some points the crowd was actually kind of... the crowd started to die shortly after this, because Judgment Day showed up. Rhea forgot her pants, which was the only good thing about this. Look, Damian has a booming voice. Balor is trying. Balor as a heel can work. Balor leading this faction is not going to work. And Dominic Watts / David Flair / God damn it, God, Jesus Christ, Dominic fucking, God damn. I hope the stock drops to zero. If they're going to insist on having Dominic out there, I'm almost upset at Seth Rollins for making Dominic look halfway competent in the ring. I know he's trying. I know he's doing his best. I'm sorry. I know he's goddamn doing his best. He's trying. Wrestling is not easy. It's not easy to be the son of a legendary wrestler. But God damn it. There are other things that you could do, like literally anything else. Do something else with your life. Stop taking up WWE television time when you're not any goddamn good. So, yeah, they sure tried to build this up. We're gonna have a 6-man tag, and good God, great. We got that. We're just, good Jesus. Matches, just impromptu matches all over the goddamn place. By the way, the women didn't have a single goddamn match until the main event of the show, and even that was half talking. So we then get the British Brutes against Judgment Day with Rhea. The Who's Your Daddy chants was nice. Kevin Owens on commentary is the best part of this. And later, DOC shows up to say, Dominic, no, you will get back in the ring. And then, well, at least a robe kick, got the victory. There, good. Couldn't have kicked him in the head hard enough for my liking. I don't like Dominic, in case you can't tell. I don't actually want him, I don't want him injured. I don't want anything bad to happen to the guy. I just don't want him on my television screen. I feel like going to do laundry or literally anything else when he shows up. And unfortunately, that continued to be a trend. Raw has not been a good show lately. SmackDown hasn't been great, but SmackDown also is only 2 hours, while Raw is 3 hours. And sometimes Raw has at least been palatable. This has been draining. Speaking of draining, what isn't draining is Kathy Kelly. I mean, I could make jokes. I'm not going to, but nevertheless. Gargano is draining. The stuff about The Miz is draining. This is a bad storyline. Everybody should feel bad for being involved in it. Big E is in WWE credit card commercials. Looks like he's doing well. Good for him. Gargano was going to take on The Miz, but Miz said, I injured my hand on a cactus during a TikTok video. God, I wish that cactus had come to life and attacked him. Nevertheless, who's the suitable replacement? Edward James Olmos. They are not going to give up on this guy, who's apparently a nice guy. Can't wrestle for shit. Can't do anything. He looks impressive when he stands there. And, by the way, Lashley versus Theory versus Rollins at Survivor Series. My Survivor Series predictions will either come up before SmackDown or after SmackDown. Honestly, I don't really care about this show. I really don't. I mean, they only got 5 matches announced. 5. And I know the War Games matches are probably going to take an hour each because WWE just can't let it go. They can't just have it go maybe 25 to 30 minutes. No, they got to have it go forever. Anyway, so yeah, Edward James almost got the victory. Not that it matters. Rollins then does a via satellite promo where he talks about all the stuff's been going on with Lashley and Theory. Mentions, hey, you think it's smart to mess with me? Call up Cody Rhodes. Oh, Cody's going to toss Rollins out of the Rumble, isn't he? That's pretty much what we're angling for, aren't we? So Theory watches on and stares at the camera cutting a promo. They're letting wrestlers stare at the camera. God, if only Vince had done this a number of years ago. Theory then took on Ali. I noted this. What has Ali done to piss anybody off? What has he done to piss everybody off? I don't buy into the fact that, they're going to make he's this gutsy underdog. He's just getting beat around constantly. I mean, I have no faith that anything that they try to do after this to be a redemption angle will actually work. And I like Ali. Don't get me wrong. I just think that at this point in the fans' eyes, he's damaged goods. As talented as he is, as great of a message as he can spread, and as much of a positive beacon of light as he is, I don't think it's going to end up working. So yeah. Theory ends up getting the victory. By the way, they changed Mia Yim's name to Michin. The Michelin Man, apparently. No, Michin. Apparently it's crazy in Korean. Okay. Why? Lashley then challenges Theory to a fight and comes out and beats the shit out of him. After they talk some more. We go to break and then we come back and they talk a bit. Stop having Lashley cut long promos. he's very short and sweet and just let him kill people. Then Theory pissed him off and Lashley chased him away. So then actually what ends up happening is Theory runs backstage. Ali's being checked on by the trainer right by gorilla position because it's like a box. But let's check on him there. Let's not take him into the trainer's room in one of the many rooms in this big NBA-sized arena. Let's put him here so Theory can throw him there. And Ali gets beaten around some more. All because he asked for his release earlier this year. I just don't buy the... Oh, he'll beat Rollins for the U.S. title. He'll do this. It's not going to matter at this point. What about Ali is enticing to watch? And I don't mean that with disrespect. God, speaking of things that are enticing to watch. Riddle and Elias versus Gable and Otis. 15 minutes of cable television dedicated to this match. This went through 2 ad breaks. You could have had Io or Dakota versus... Well, you could have had Dakota versus Dana Brooke. Or, I don't know, come up with a team. You got other women back there. I know there's 10 women involved in War Games. 9 right now with a 10th coming up. Something. Call up Indy Hartwell and have Indy Hartwell take on Dakota Kai. Do something. Do something. I wouldn't mind seeing Dakota Kai and Indy tangled up with each other. That's another story for another day. But 15 minutes to this goddamn... Gable could have laid down like Jeff Jarrett at Bash of the Beach 2000. It would have been just fine. Would have saved his time. And I'm not knocking Gable. He's also damaged goods. Corbin and JBL were playing poker. Drew challenges him, knocks his hat off after punching him. Then we get War Games hype package for the men. Survivor Series rundown. JBL goose steps his way to the ring, or at least wants to. Brings out Corbin. Drew and Corbin have a match. And my God, it was just as interesting as a match they had at Mania. I.e. not at all. JBL was thankfully not on commentary. He was goose stepping his way around the ring. And Tozawa shows up in his old gear with his blonde hair, jumps on JBL like he was like, I've had the time of my life, and steals his hat. And then Corbin was so flummoxed by this that he lost by a hat distraction. They are fighting over shampoo. Recaps of the first 30 minutes of the show. I mean, it didn't take 30 minutes, but it felt like this show had, it felt like this show was about 6,000 minutes. I mean, honestly, this show was interminable. The OC's promos preempted by Judgment Day attack, and then we will see you this weekend at the Royal Rumble. About 18 million security people come out after they get into this parking lot where there's a bunch of cameras just conveniently there to shoot. And there you go. And then at 7:30, Bianca, Asuka, and Alexa, who's distanced because, Bailey's alluded that somebody could only be there to get a shot at Bianca. Great, we're going to get Alexa gain a title shot. Somebody that can't bump to save her goddamn life because she can't do anything anymore. Because if you breathe in her direction, she's either going to complain to the goddamn airline, or complain about Uber Eats, or snap a goddamn ligament. And I know wrestling is a tough athletic line of entertainment and sport, and all that, and it's tough on the body. If you can't do it, don't fucking do it, you goddamn child-sized, pint-sized twat. Anyway, Bianca just cutting all about War Games. They won't announce the 5th member until Friday. If it ain't Becky, then they're really, really screwing up. They may not announce it there. They may make it a surprise. It might be Sasha. I don't think it will be. At this point, bring back Sasha and Naomi and kick Alexa out. What benefit does Alexa provide to any match now? I don't mean to just target her specifically, but there are people that love her, and that's fine. I do not get it, and I haven't gotten it for a few years. I used to be a defender of her. I don't wish ill, but she's not any good. She has regressed horribly. She is like, God, whatever. Anyway, the heels show up. More talking, because that's what we need. Look, I get it. It's the go-home show for a premium live event, but God, 70% talking on the show. And then Asuka and Rhea had a match where, look, it was for a War Games advantage, so the heels won, because I think the men's 6-man was a War Games advantage. I refused to care, because Dominic was involved. And look, all the women were backstage for a while, all the women on their respective teams, and these women went at it, and look, good action. Probably the best match they had since WrestleMania, I believe, 37? He was 37. These two can work. Rhea hasn't been on TV wrestling all that much. She's been in the corner. She's been in skirmishes. But that was after concussion, head injury, that kind of stuff, whatever it was. I forget if it was a concussion or if it was something. And I know that there were worries about her, so she had a heart monitor on her, and they're making sure she's all right. So it's good to see that she's doing well. Her gear was incredibly distracting, and I mean that with respect. I mean, good God, how could anyone not be distracted by that? I did enjoy how Rhea fisted and scissored Asuka from behind, only in the ring and nowhere else. And eventually all the women, on the teams were gathered at ringside, and there was some good action. Asuka almost got the victory with the armbar, trying to get with the Asuka lock, but eventually Riptide 1, 2, 3. And then they realized, shit, we didn't time this very well. So everybody just getting a big old brawl. Again, great, another brawl. We'll see you this weekend for the Royal Rumble. And Asuka dives on everyone. Literally everyone. Because why not dive on your own teammates? And Alexa doesn't do anything, because Alexa can't do anything in a goddamn ring anymore. Why are you here? Why are you here? Other than selling, why is Alexa here? Other than the fact she sells merch. Put the doll in the goddamn ring. The doll would be more believable. And then the refs arrive, and suddenly, they were running out of time, and scene. And that's all I gotta say about this show. Survivor Series might be fine. In fact, actually, I expect quite a bit of good stuff in the War Games matches. I just hope they don't go way too long, but Jesus Christ, I'm starting to worry here. We're going to be in the dog days of winter for WWE. It's not going to pick up until at least the first Raw of January, and maybe not even until the Rumble. We'll see what happens. It just, Jesus. Anyway, agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.